What is up, guys, and welcome back to Gear TV. In the last episode, we broke down exactly what is mining and how does it relate to the blockchain. And we left it off with the concern that mining can be very energy inefficient, and especially when we talk about the level of energy inefficiency where Bitcoin mining alone takes up more energy than entire countries. So what can we do to make that process better? You see, there's many different schools of thought when it comes to making the verification process more efficient. And one of them has been to move away from proof of work from the mining process itself to something called proof of stake. However, while that works with certain applications when we talk about blockchain, it's not really ideal when we talk about the financial sector. In fact, I talked with Charlie Lee, the founder of Litecoin, who told me that, when it comes to the financial world and something as important as a store of value, as Bitcoin, it's really important that we have the highest level of security. And he said, there's no free lunches in the world. So even though you might say, look, we're saving all this energy by going to proof of stake, the work it takes, the proof of work it takes for something like Bitcoin is what makes it so much more stable, that makes it so much more secure. So while there will be applications for proof of stake, even people like Andreas Antonopoulos agree that there is a place for proof of work, and the proof of work will always be around, even though there may only be one system like Bitcoin using it. So knowing that there will always be a big system using proof of work like Bitcoin, that it will only keep growing and expanding, we have to be ready that this one system may be using more energy than the entire world, all the countries in the world combined. And Gear recognizes that fact. Gear is well aware that, Bitcoin will stay on proof of work for a long time, and we have to do something that can counteract that. And we decided that, while it is important to keep, using energy for the mining process, why not use green energy instead of environment damaging fossil fuels? So in the simplest form, the way that Gear works is that through the Gear network, we invest into two main things. One is green energy facilities, and two is mining facilities. And those are interconnected. And the interconnection is actually beautiful because it is a self-ever expanding network where green energy is produced by the sun, by the wind, the things that nature gives us. And that energy is fed into the mining network. Now the mining network is hard at work, producing Bitcoins around the clock. Now the profits of the mining get fed back into the energy grid so that it keeps expanding. In fact, our metrics go something like this. 40% of the mining profits get actually reinvested into keeping expanding the network. So whether that's green energy farms or more mining equipment, whatever it takes to keep expanding the self-sufficient green self-expanding network. Another 40% actually get paid out to the token holders, people that early on put their faith into Gear, put their faith into green energy sustainable mining. And then another 10%, and that's something I'm really excited about myself, is the Neutral Gear program. So those 10% actually get invested into research and developing new innovative ways of how we can make this world a more sustainable place. So whether that's finding new innovative ways to create green renewable energies, or whether that's ways to efficiently recycle some of the damaging products that we use for energy, such as, for example, batteries. Because right now, even your very green cars that are supposed to be electric, they use lithium-ion batteries, and those are really damaging to the environment. So if we can find a way to make everything a lot more green, that is the ideal outcome for Gear. Because when it comes to Gear, we're not just doing green energy mining. That's a starting point to get us off the ground, to get us the capital we need to keep growing and expanding this green vision that we have. Because Gear stands for green energy and renewables, right? So when we talk about the green energy and renewables token, we're so much more than mining. We are all about finding new innovative ways to make the world a more sustainable and green place. We're all about supporting initiatives that are already in place that are working towards this future. And essentially, we want to become a big decentralized movement. A movement that anybody that holds a token can be part of to work towards a future that we want to bestow upon our descendants. Because at the end of the day, we only have one planet. And that's the planet that our children will inherit. So whether it's Bitcoin, cars, or space travel, we want to be at the forefront of whatever it takes to make this energy green in a sustainable way and in a self-expanding way. Because at the end of the day, a lot of green initiatives fall short because of money. And with Gear, we found a way to make green energy profitable and sustainable so that it can keep growing and keep growing to become a green energy behemoth that can make this world a better place. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Gear TV, and I'll catch you in the next one.